Hey guys, Valeros here. Today I will be showing you how to make custom consumable recipes or superfood recipes on Ark Survival Ascended. Alright, let's get started. So you're going to need a couple things before you start doing this. You're going to want your levels into crafting skill. This will increase the effectiveness of which you create these recipes. You're going to want either berries, crops, or beet, depending on what kind of superfoods you want to make. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using crops to make some water for myself, and I guess I can go grab some raw meat real quick. Go over here to the fridge, grab a little bit of that. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw this in here. First, we're going to be making drinks, so water for us. So we're going to put our note in there. Disable auto craft is how you start it. So we're going to click that button, and it's going to bring up this screen. So we're going to be making a drink, so I'm going to click on drink up here in the top right. If you didn't want to make a drink and you wanted to make food, then you would just leave it on food. But I'm going to click drink. Next step is select the icon that you want to use. There's only two different kinds of icons, and then you can select these numbers here to change the colors to whatever colors you want. You can click this button right here, you know, the G, the R, and the B to change. This will change the red that's in it, this will change the green, and this will change the blue to whatever numbers you guys want. Once you've done that, once you've selected your colors and stuff that you want, or if you just want to leave it plain, you can do that. We're going to go over here. So it's going to take the ingredients that are in our inventory and we can add them to the cooking pot, put ingredients in to make new recipe. So what that says. So let's take, and I've already tested this out, so I know. So the base water and food for Ark is 100. That's the base amount. So I'm going to make my custom consumable recipes for water to restore about 100 to 120 water, give or take. So I'm going to put 3 citronella in there because I already know that's the amount that I'm going to get with 1000 crafting skill. I think that's what mine is right now. So I'm going to put 3 citronella in there, and let's name this test lemon water. So we're going to do that, and this should give us 100, I think it's 115 water, if I remember correctly. Let's open our inventory up, find our recipe. It's test lemon water. As you can see, the recipe weighs 0.1 or 0.01 pounds. Gives 115.8 water. The crafting skill says was 9. I thought mine was 1,000. I don't know why it says it was only 9, but okay, whatever. Health, it only gives 13, and stamina gives 3.2. So if we wanted to make this recipe give us health, then we would add raw meat to said recipe. So let's put another note in there. Disable autocraft. Let's put 10. That is not what I want to do. Let's put 10 raw meat in there, and lemon HP. Let's see what we get. Change it to a drink. We'll leave it with a little coffee mug looking thing, tea mug, whatever you want to call it. And let's make this recipe. Let's see what we get with this. Open our inventory back up. Look for that. And this gives us 123 water and 97 health. So not only will you get the added benefit of the water, but you'll get the added benefit of healing some HP back as well. For my recipes, I use this one right here, my potato drink. I hardly ever do stuff where I need something when I take damage, so I just use this. It works for me. If you want to put raw meat in yours and make something like this to restore some health, go for it. These recipes are really good if you're going to do some PvP stuff, because these do stack with med brews. If you're going to do some PvP stuff, or if you're going to be doing like boss fights or something, or you're going to be in the cold, this will help supplement some of that health loss and help you regain it back. So that is what we're going to do for that. So if we wanted to make one for long grass, we're going to just put that in there, put our note in there, and then we're just going to select long grass. And why is it not loading in? No! Ark is arcing me. Curses game. Curses. There we go. Now it's showing up. Now when this expires, it'll make it with only 2, so make sure you stay on the ball with that. But let's take a focal chili, which will increase the effectiveness of these recipes. So before, this test lemon water gave 115 water. So let's take a focal chili, let's take that out, and let's put 3 citronella in there. Go to craft, go to drink. Our citronella appeared in there. And we're going to put this chili lemon water. And we're making yellow. Let's make this recipe. And now we can sit here and look at, where is it at? Chili lemon water. So this one gives 227 water versus this one that only gives 115. So this is super beneficial if you're using some harder to obtain resources like prime or mutton, for example. When Extinction's released and they release, or whenever they release tech dinos and you can get element, this will also help with that. Once you craft these recipes, you don't need crafting skill anymore to make them. You can just take these ingredients and throw them in your industrial cooker. As you can tell, I already have some in my industrial cooker. But we'll throw this lemon water in here. We'll throw some citronella in there, and we'll enable auto crafting, and it's just going to start crafting a crap load of them. Now the weight on these will depend on the amount of ingredients in the food. Let me see if I have some of my, where's that? Here it is. So these burgers, these have 10 raw meat in them. So I'm pretty sure that's what their recipe is, but they have 10 raw meat in them, so they weigh 6 pounds. If you're going to put eggs in there, eggs will weigh more. Like I said, the more stuff you put in there, the more these are going to weigh. So just keep that in mind. But I think having a stack of 20 water that has, what's the spoil time on this in my inventory? 2-day spoil timer. It's freaking great. Not having to worry about my cooked meat spoiling is freaking great. So you can use cooked resources in your superfood recipes if you wanted to. They can give a better value. We'll cover that in a second. We'll cover my my dino cakes here in a minute. Let's go grab some cooked meat. Pretty sure cooked meat and raw meat have the same value, so we'll go ahead and grab some prime out as well and just test it. It's been a minute since I've used cooked meat in my superfood recipes. It's normally a little too bougie for me. I'm too lazy to cook it. I just throw raw meat in there for my Rex runs and just call it a day. So we'll make a cake. We're going to make a blue cake. We're just going to name it Test Cooked. Now this is with the focal chili buff, so just keep that in mind in case yours isn't the same. Where's my blue cake? So 169 food for 10 cooked meat. And what's this one? 10 raw meat is 115, but this did not, when I made this, I did not have the focal chili buff. So let's put 10 raw meat in there and see what we get with our focal chili buff. So we're going to name this raw burger. We're not even going to give it a color. And what's this one give us? 127. So it is 12 better than our other one, so it's alright. We probably could get rid of some of the raw meat in there if we wanted to skimp on it a little bit, make it a little cheaper rather. But I don't really care. But the as you can see, cooked ingredients give more. Let's try a 10 stack of prime in there, shall we? Let's go ahead and craft that. And this again, focal chili buff is on, and we're gonna make this a red cake. Prime cake. Let's see what our prime cake does. 245 food and 279 HP. Freaking awesome. But wait, if you wanted stamina in this too, you could go grab you some stem berries. Where are my stem berries? Don't have any stem berries. One moment. Run to my greenhouse. Grab some stem berries. Run back to my cooking pot. Alright, so let's just say 25 stem berries in there. Let's see what we get. Stamburger. Let's name it Prime Stamburger. Prime Stamburger. Make recipe. And there we go. Now this one gives 324 food, 300 health, and 273 stamina. Absolutely awesome. Versus, where's my prime cake? Versus my prime cake that only gives 9 stamina. So it didn't get much of a health increase on there. It gives quite a bit more food. Looks like about 80 more food. But the difference in stamina is super high. 263 more stamina on this than there was on this one. So that's really cool. You can also, if you wanted to, let me put this stuff away, because I know I'm going to be super fat if I try to carry all this shenanigans on me. You can also use your stem berries to make superfood for your dinos. The dinos will not regain health from superfood, but they can gain stamina. If I remember correctly, it's 1.5 of a stat per second. Can't quite remember the exact numbers on that. I'll have it posted on the screen right about now. So with stem berries, you can make superfood for your dinos. Like I said, it doesn't regenerate that fast, but if you're sitting there flying across the map with an RG trying to make it back with some metal or something like that, it could be useful for you. Nothing worse than running out of stamina mid-air. We're going to make this a cake, and we're going to make it purple cake. Dino cake. Now I've already made one of these, but I didn't have the superfood buff on, or the focal chili buff on, so I'm going to make another one. So I got my purple one and my pink one. So this one gives 958 stamina, and this one gives 1,055 stamina. This one has 300 food, which doesn't matter because the only dinos that get buffs from superfood are gotchas. Seeing how those aren't in the game yet, it doesn't matter. But it is still, if you wanted to eat this and have like 1,000 stamina, then I mean, go for it. But just keep in mind when you're eating these foods. Let's say I normally only have 250 stamina. So once my stamina hits 250, I would no longer be gaining the benefit from that. If I hadn't gained all the health back from this, or let's say it was this prime, I would lose the the health buff on this. If I was already at max health, I wouldn't get that anymore. If I was only missing 50 health, then it would restore up to that 50, and I would lose the rest. I would still gain food if I still had the ability. If my hunger was still low, it would still let me gain that, but it would not let me. The buff does not stay once you hit that cap for that certain stat. Like I said, if your health is low, you can get your health up. But if your food is low, or if your food is maxed out and your health is still low, you won't gain any more food from it once your food is maxed out, if it's not already maxed out, if it just missed a few points. You'll lose the food benefit of this, but you'll still be able to gain the HP from that, if that makes any sense. Anyways, guys, that is how to make superfood in Ark Survival Ascended. Oh, quick tip. This is fun. I enjoy doing this. You can take, if you like trolling your buddies and stuff, you can take these recipes. Once you craft it, you can go down here in your description, and you can put silly stuff down here. If you wanted to use the little icons to make a little pet rabbit or something in here, you could copy and paste that in here. When I was playing on Ark Survival Evolved's official servers, I actually put a link to my Discord and YouTube channel, the Ark Trade Federation YouTube channel, in the description of this food. It was great. Self-promote, I had it named Ark Trade Federation food, blah blah blah, this and that. It was great. I loved it. When I had a dino shop at my base, I always had free food in the fridge for people to take if they needed it, just promoting my YouTube channel. So just keep that in mind if you want to do a little self-promo. Anyways, guys, I hope you found the video useful. If you did, please like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.